Hello, everyone. I'm Joanna Daninas. Thanks for watching. The topic for today's podcast is what's right, not relative. I've used the word right in my 11-minute introductory video for the Reach group called Life is Simple, We Complicate Things. I explained that right is incorporating the golden rule for every choice or decision we make by thinking of others, not just ourselves, treating the others the way we want to be treated. It's very easy to lose sight of what's right when we only think for ourselves, which is called being selfish. It's the self serving belief that what matters to us is what's most important, essentially not caring for the well being of others. We know what the seven sins are, and we're supposed to not sin, but what does that really mean in our mind and in our interpretation of the facts in a particular situation or scenario? Are we honest with ourselves about the facts? Do we understand what motivates us to do the right thing? Do we know what the right thing is? We know that religion often tries to guilt us or make us fear not doing the right thing by enforcing the theory of judgment and heaven versus hell. I do believe there is a force out there called karma, and it's beautifully supported by the golden rule because they are essentially one and the same. Another explanation is what goes around comes around. It can also be referred to or should be referred to as natural law. What happens when we use the word relative instead of the word right? Per the internet definition for the adjective form of relative, when you say something is relative, you mean that it needs to be considered and judged in relation to other things. Essentially, relative means that the act being questioned has many different answers depending upon other circumstances. Therefore, relative is subjective, not concrete like the facts or the truth. It has more to do with a given situation, a subjective feeling at the time, or a preferred outcome based on what's beneficial for us, not necessarily for others. It's not consistent and it's more self serving. If it's not consistent, it changes, and it is likely not the right choice all the time. It's a theory based on interpretation by the one that is doing the interpreting. Do you see where this can get messy? Relativity is not concrete with a clear cut definition. It's left up to interpretation, which allows for extreme bias and self serving behavior. The way to eliminate the inconsistency is to present facts in chronological order and leave emotion and subjective interpretation out of it. Let's analyze an example. The controversial Luigi Mangione case challenges our beliefs of what's right. Now, we don't know all the facts of the case, but information shared in the media alleges that Luigi shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare. Assuming this proves to be an accurate allegation, some will say this was a justifiable and necessary act because of how member claims were being handled. They justify that Luigi did what was right to send a message to other greedy CEOs who only cared about the bottom line, not the health or quality of life for its members. This is a relative interpretation of what's right and justifiable. The truth is, regardless of how we are provoked, our negative actions have consequences. In the case of Luigi Mangione, regardless of how he felt or how he was treated, or if he was trying to stand up for or send a message on behalf of other people, the answer is never to commit a crime by killing someone. Another quick way to explain things is punching a bully is a negative act. Even though the bully instigated and may have provoked the reaction, the act of punching someone is still a negative act. What we must learn and understand is that there is a better way of facing the adverse problem by handling things in a different, more positive way. In the case for Luigi Mangione, if he himself struggled with health issues which were not being addressed, there are other alternative healthcare options which could have improved his condition. If he was trying to help others facing denied healthcare claims, He could have formed a grassroots movement to combat the greedy control or actions of health insurance companies, for an example. In the case of being bullied, encouraging children or victims to tell a responsible adult whom they can trust to help them out of a bullying situation would be the better way of handling things instead of retaliating or punching the bully. Our choices or the actions we take have consequences. Karma will address the greedy CEO and the bully in time, and it does not require us to take matters into our own hands. The universe and divine timing will deal with the negative actions karmatically. The end result matters. If justice is properly and correctly served, Luigi will unfortunately pay dearly for his crime and will never be free to live a fulfilled life again. As for the bully, no one really wants to love or be around a bully. A bully may instill fear, requiring people to stick around, but this will eventually come to an end, and karma will address the circumstances in divine timing. The most important thing is to know your worth, set boundaries, and enforce them. Make sure you teach people how to treat you. If this makes sense to you, consider joining the Reach group on Facebook through our website, www.reach.group, Group, and share this message with others who may be interested. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, goodbye.